So the CW Batwoman is terrible. And not only terrible, it works as a precautionary tale. I mean, envision this. It's that little show that thought it was invited to the prom, but at the last moment, the person that was going to take it drove off in a hurry, that person being the audience. Why would they drive off? Well, they heard a little tale. They heard about a socially transmitted disease called the current year clap. You know, because people forgot to add in plot or dialogue, but hey, at least it had identity markers. So hey there. So today we are returning to that wonderful world of laugh tracks, and this, it definitely merits one. Why? Because this show learned nothing from so many shows before it, and well, we end up right where we always do. Now, Batwoman, when it was first advertised, this was supposed to be the second coming, because you were going to have a new and a great thing because of identity marker. In this case, Batwoman would be lesbian. That was supposed to take care of everything. Only it didn't. It didn't, and well, like I said, we always end up back here. Now, if we look at what exactly this is merited for it, we're talking about a 12% audience score if we look at Rotten Tomatoes. That 12% means that 12% of people thought, hey, this merits above a 3.5. So when you think about 12% there, people aren't saying it's great. They're just saying, well, it's better than. Now, when you look at the average critics score, there are a lot of critics that still want to take up for shows like this. But even there, you have division. If you go in and you look at the top critics scores, you have 1 out of 2 that consider this not meriting that score. Now, if you want to compare what this 12% means, let's look at something else, just to give you an idea here. Here's Catwoman. Now, Catwoman is one of those movies that has been universally lambasted as bad. You look at people, they love to go out and make fun of it. People may actually like to watch it because it's terrible, but still, most people agree it's bad. This, however, has an 18% score. So 6% more people thought this movie was better than that series. I mean, really drink that in and think about it. Now, when you start looking at the average scores too, you get a point about something. And the way that I want to look at this, instead of going in and looking at review after review, I want to look at an article that was put together by Bounding Into Comics. Now, if you don't know about Bounding Into Comics, they're a good source for a lot of this kind of stuff. They actually picked this up a little bit earlier when it was at 11% instead of 12%, but the fact still remains. This was averaging a 1.2 out of 5 when they picked it up. So we're talking about a horrible score here. Now, if you go and you look at the reviews about it, oh man, not only is it a dumpster fire, they say, but the user reviews are just as bad. Here's what people are saying about the show. This person here gives it a half star. They write, this show is really bad. I do not think I will be watching the next episode. That's actually pretty nice with it. Another person gives it a half star. They write, the laziest writing I have ever seen. I was expecting a strong character of Batwoman, something like Sarah Lance or Thea Queen. The acting is even worse. A cheap show. I don't think it will last for long. Build a character, fix the story. Another person here gives another half star. Was this show deliberately made badly? Why did the producers hire people who cannot write or act? Who would people really pay tens of thousands to hire security to watch an old film in the park? Did Sophie marry someone so she could cheat on them with Kate? Was it for the alimony or giggles? Did the job site in the U.S., does it have huts with beds in them? Oh, yeah, that sounds like fun. How do plants in locked offices grow and survive for 5 years without water? Good question. Who moved the Bat Cave from Wayne Manor? Can you really put a Bat Cave under a skyscraper? They're pretty heavy. Batman really let more of his family die? Really? In a universe where Superman was going to kill Batman to save his mom? Because family? Writers of the show, stand in the corner facing the wall and think about what you did. Sorry, I'm out. That person too, they bring up some interesting points. Again, you're going to have issues there, but it does show you how lazy stuff is. Oh man, I know this place has been locked up for 5 years, but hey, watch those plants grow. I can actually forgive things like the Bat Cave there because, again, suspension of, belief here, that idea that we're looking at fiction, but still enough things come in. You have to think, wow, what exactly happened here? Here's another one. They write, this is a political stunt, bending over identity politics. The script is garbage. Who wrote this crap? Watch at your own discretion. First episode wasn't promising for the lifespan of Batwoman. There's your problem, too. When people go out and they want to actually add in something other than an interesting storyline, the show, it suffers. It doesn't just suffer as a show in the immediate, but oftentimes shows, they may start out a little bit sloppy and get better as they move forward. Well, people, they won't want to hang on and try to see if it's going to get better. They'll just bail out because the media, they're good at helping with that, but also the showrunners, they made it clear what kind of stuff that they wanted to promote out here to begin with. So here's another half star. Wow, somebody writes, she steals all the Batman stuff, takes credit for it, then claims that others are taking credit. Wait, what? We're showing TV right now. Do not waste your precious time on this one. Here's another half star. God awful. What a waste of my time. Here's a 3-star. They write, it's all right. I hope it gets better. Here's a half star here. He writes, worst Batman-related movie TV show ever. Instead of being about Batgirl comics, someone had this idea to change everything about her. Even made her a thief to steal from Batman when he's gone. They have her claim that she made the Batman stuff, and look, herself didn't need Batman's help. Sad DC allowed this to be made. It should be pulled off the air and rewritten by someone who knows DC Comics and doesn't have a political chip on their shoulder. Now, some of the actors are really good. Can't blame them for the bad script. They could have found better actors with more talent who would have made Batgirl stand out for the right reason. Now, something to note in there, too, is they changed up background. They actually kill her parents, for example, in a car wreck instead of having them killed by terrorists. I wonder why. These days, in our current climate, what exactly could that mean? But the Metacritic numbers, they set at 1.6 with 6 positive reviews, 1 mixed review, and 43 negative reviews. Fun times there. For the saying on Metacritic, you have gives a show a 1, believe the cringe, 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 and cringe again. Also, to whoever directed this, show don't tell. Here's a 0 for anybody reading this. Do not watch this. Save your precious time and use it on something worthy. This show is filled with political correctness that is jammed down your throat the whole time. Here's another 1. They write, another tolerant for the mentally are. In fact, like the rest of the series in this service. Here's a 0. They write, absolutely horrible. Waste of time and money. This isn't Batman. This is some lesbian fan fiction. We have another 1 here. They write, horrible show, full of hate, full of SJW, full of NPC, full of PC. This is pure propaganda. It's a very woke TV show. Do not recommend it at all. I'm not going to let a man take credit for a woman's work. She steals everything that belongs to Batman. You have another one here. Panders to critics and their contemporary quota of trashy political statements needed to make for good reviews. Very woke, very in your face with its message. It tries to portray about gender, tramples all over what Batwoman should be in all of its source material. Oh, and the boy they cast as Batwoman can't act. Here we have a 4. So, you get that. They have double listed this as Batwoman and Batwoman Season 1 for some reason. The show is pure mediocrity with poor writing, directing, acting, and plot. Misandry is palpable, but seems to be in line with Supergirl and what they turned Flash into. Fun times there, isn't it? Sounds like, you're batting, you're batting at least a pretty low number. I'd say 1,000, but yeah, that doesn't look like you're batting anything good at all. Another one here says this show royally stinks. Horrible. I wish I could actually rate this negative number-wise. Don't waste your time. And here, a last one. I told myself to forget about the terrible trailer and promos and give it a fair shake. Sadly, the show insisted to then disappoint from the get-go. The very beginning gives us a scene that makes absolutely no sense, and it never stops delivering on an abundance of ham-fisted expositions and plot devices that make no other sense than this scene needs to be to play out this way to further the plot, so everyone leave their brain on hold. Even for a CW show, the writing is basement level. Wow, that sounds lovely. There are a lot of reviews like this stuff too. Like I said, you go in and you start checking them out. There are a lot of people that have a lot to say, including, like I said, the terrorist thing and more. People bring up very interesting questions about this too. Like, why do you take shows from this source material, think you're going to woke it up, and, well, throw this stuff out there? Especially DC. Why are you doing this, considering you're having trouble competing? See, DC has been trying to shore it up on the comic level by making the Black Label books. They had these prestige books. They look nice, new storylines, but when they're talking about the big screen or the smaller screen, they're just not competing right now. They're still going with this sloppy element, and they're starting to reflect at certain levels what Marvel Comics looks like on the page, and you know what? That's been an absolute trash fire too. I don't know. You tell me what you think about this stuff, though. Like I said, when you look at this and you see numbers like that, and then you think about things like this, I think it does say something, though. What it says? It says, point your fingers and laugh, boys and girls, because this is just getting going. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you're subbed. Make sure you hit that bell. You know the drill by now, but also check out the links in the description. We have our comic book that we're working on right now, and it's also our message to gatekeepers. It existing is a message. The comic itself is just escapism. It's kind of fun there. It's for all ages, but the people out there making things like Batwoman, yeah, they don't like that idea. If they did like that idea, we'd actually see something better. And, well, we don't. We don't indeed. Leave me your comments too, pro and con. Let me know what you think about this stuff. Are you surprised in any way? When I saw the advertisement for this show, I knew how it would go, and, well, it's even gone beyond that, because my God, what a trash fire. Also, ending this, I want to thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. You know, a lot of these places, they forget who exactly empowers something. They think critics matter. Critics don't. The people there that watch, that show up, they're the ones that matter. So, thank you. I appreciate you. We'll do this again soon.